Is it recording? Hello, my astrology friends. This is Lada from astrolada.com here with my fellow astrologer, Krasi, who is going to lead us through the month of June using the methods of ancient astrology. And she's going to cover each of the 12 signs that we're using here, constellations, like the ancients did. And of course, she's going to mention also the tropical signs, which the tropical signs are the modern astrological Western astrology that we use. But it's going to be for your ascendant sign. So you better know your time of birth and check it out. Hello, Krasi.
Hello, Wada. Hello, everyone. Yes, as we do every month, we'll be looking at, first of all, just a brief overview of the celestial configuration, what is going to happen in June. And then, of course, we look briefly at each of the 12 ascendants or moon sign. If you, for example, do not remember your time of birth, then you can use the moon sign. It will give you also very good information. What is happening, Wada, now? First of all, we had one eclipse, lunar eclipse, on the 26th of May, which eclipse, of course, is influencing June, because this is important now to mention. Eclipses, they do not just influence the day of the eclipse, but they have prolonged influences, like very possibly we are still under the influences of the eclipses of 2020. And in 2020, we had 6 of them. 3 of them happened on the same axis of Taurus, Sidereal, Taurus, Scorpio. So this eclipse in June happened in the 11 degrees of Scorpio, 11 degrees Taurus. And luckily Venus was there. I mentioned this eclipse because it is influencing June. And the ancients say when benevolent planet, beautiful planet like Venus is participating in the eclipse, then she destroys the evil. So let's hope that this eclipse of June is not that dangerous. Then we have another one, of May, of 26th of May. And then we have another one, which is happening on 10th of June, and which is happening in the 25th degrees of Taurus. The exact conjunction then of the moon and the sun is happening in the 25th degrees of Taurus. And now this eclipse is solar. Well, solar eclipse in this very powerful position, what we have in the 25th degrees, we have the star Rigel, star of money. There you have 3-4 stars of money. You have Aunilam, we have Capella. The 3 are stars of money there in this particular place in Taurus. Obviously, well, this is influencing money, finances of the world and of each one of us, but we are still under the influences of the eclipses which took place in the same year, in the same axis in the 2020. So overall, 2 eclipses heavily influencing June. I think that June is not a very easy month for many reasons. Also in June, we're having very complex T-square, which will be between Saturn, Mars. It will be a Saturn in Sidereal Capricorn, Mars in Cancer Sidereal, and Uranus. So and it will be more almost exact weather, T-square, very heavy, and this will be towards the last week of June. But the whole month of June is crazy. Also because...
That's the reason, because I was asking you when, a lot of people asking me, ask Krasi when she will do new amulets and talismans, because Krasi does them in an ancient way, the ways the Babylonians use it, like a high priest with their, on the right day, astrologically calculates, does rituals for everything. So you're not making in June talismans, no?
Oh, no, in June. No, I made in May Venus talismans, which people can contact me. They in May, but we had beautiful dates of evening star Venus. Then I made for Venus and Aldebaran, which is star of money. Still, I have from this talisman. But in June, no, because of this too near the eclipses, this T-square. Then there are too many disharmonies. We really need to have almost perfect celestial configuration when the planet will be highly dignified. In July, I will make another Venus in the lion, because in the ancient cuneiform, in the Babylon cuneiform tablets, you can see Venus depicted with the lion. So she's highly dignified in Leo. And when she enters Leo, when she's in harmony with the moon and other aspects, then I will make Venus talismans in July. But of course, we can announce them when we make our prognosis for July. But in June, not, because, yeah. What is also happening in June? Well, in June, we know Saturn is retrograde until 13th of October, quite long. And if you remember, last year, the same time, Saturn was retro, almost the same. Remember when both became retro, how the time was like slowed down. How you remember, it's because Saturn, Kronos, rules the time, and he slowed down. It's like the time now is hurrying and running like crazy. But when Saturn turns retro, things slow down tremendously. And this is happening already. And
I'm Saturn rules my ascendant. The moment it started becoming stationary and turning retrograde, I can't move from the sofa. I slowed down. It's like no initiative.
Yes, I feel the same way, the energies. Yes. Also, Jupiter now on the Jupiter is turning, when was he turning? 24th of June, Jupiter turns retro. So both of them will be retrograde, complete slowdown of anything. It means that our activities, just life, will be slowing down. So will be the financial reform which they're trying to introduce. Now, also, but this is not yet. In June, Mars will be visible. In the beginning of July, he becomes invisible, but we'll speak about this in July. But Mars will be in Cancer, making opposition to Saturn. This is very disharmonious because it is activating this T-square. That's why I'm telling you, month of June, if you can avoid very important initiatives, surgeries, even travel, you really need to choose very good moon day, because the whole month is just that we should be just careful, very intuitively. When what the Master Being Saduno is saying, even if something bad is predicted in your horoscope, if you are wise and you know about it, you can avoid it with wisdom. So we can avoid a lot with wisdom. So this is very briefly about also what is going on is that Venus leaves Sidereal Taurus, and in June Venus will be in Gemini. When I speak about the 12 ascendants, we see how this will be influencing us. But she had, of course, better position in Taurus, and then she was training Saturn, softening his influences. So yeah, you see, this is June, not that harmonious. But Venus in Gemini, she will then get this beautiful knowledge energies from Gemini, and we can benefit from her evening star Venus in Gemini energies. Like, we can learn a lot. She will open portals for knowledge. We can share knowledge with others. This way she'll be very helpful. Let's also not forget another very important detail. See, my overview became too long, but I promise I go now to the 12 ascendants. The first appearance of Venus around roughly 20th of April happened in Sidereal Aries, and first of all she was fallen, then she received the square from Saturn. So this is the open of her first appearance. She's a little bit weakened. She's not so generous as such, you see, and this will influence her cycle for 1.5 years ahead, which means that we cannot expect super world economies, markets which are blooming, not yet. We need to be patient. All right, now we start with the 12 ascendants. So people who have now Sidereal Aries ascendant or moon in Aries, or if you're following the modern tropical astrology, this would be Taurus. So what is happening with you? First of all, Saturn, Jupiter, Saturn retro, Jupiter turns retro, and this is your 10th house, your 11th houses. Of course, this will have impact on your job, on your plans, on your projects, because they can cause delays there. Like if you have running projects, if you have important initiatives that you want to complete, or you may experience delays. So you may need to be very well planning with your intuition, with your diplomacy, things ahead. Venus for you actually comes in a very benevolent position. Let's not forget that she became visible on your ascendant, and she will have very benevolent position in June on your 3rd house, from where she supports your communication, knowledge, teaching others. She supports your enlightenment, your spiritual work, your, if you have important, let's say, negotiations. Also, she can support matters, fixing disputes with brothers and sisters, fixing relationships. In this way, she can be very helpful too. In terms of trade, commerce, she will be very helpful. The Mars will, in June, will form opposition to Saturn. That is why you have to be very diplomatic at work. Things will be delayed, but also I don't exclude some tension because of Mars. So be very diplomatic, be loving also with your partner, because Uranus, which is on your ascendant, and we have activated T-square. Be loving and patient at home, at work. Temporary, you may have such situation when you need to be very intuitive and diplomatic, but this will pass. This is only the month of June. The whole month is not really very appropriate for new initiatives. Let's see now, Sidereal Taurus or Moon in Taurus, or if you're following the modern tropical astrology, this will be Gemini. For you, these two eclipses, the ones that happened in May and in June, are happening on your ascendant descendant axis, on your ascendant. Well, when such eclipses take place on an ascendant descendant, we may temporarily feel melancholic, down, lack of energy. This, it is up to you, once you know, with knowledge, to not to allow any melancholic energies to overwhelm you. Temporary for June, I really advise not that you don't take important initiatives, and also because of the eclipses. Now take very good care of your health, not because you get ill, but because through our emotions, sometimes we influence also our physical health. Venus, your ascendant ruler, is leaving the ascendant, but she's entering your 2nd house. She will be financially supportive. This is good. She receives a trine from Jupiter, who is supporting your career on your 10th house. And then Saturn is in the 9th, pretty benevolent position for you, indeed. So overall, I don't think that you will be unlucky in your career. I just think that the eclipses are a little bit suppressing you, and if you do not allow these energies to overwhelm you, I believe that you will be absolutely okay. And if you do have some patience to wait and not do important initiatives in June, you will have much better time ahead. So this is just a matter of patience to a degree. Also, I don't advise traveling for you. You have this harmonious axis of 39 houses. Be careful when negotiating, when communicating with people abroad, also in June. And now we're looking at people who have sidereal ascendant Gemini or Moon in Gemini, or this will be tropical Cancer. Now, for you, luckily, Venus enters your ascendant. Very good. She'll give you blessing. She gives blessing and well-being to yourself, your health. She will bless your private life, relationship. This is very good. Now, the position of Saturn for you is he turns retrograde. Jupiter is so retrograde on your. What are they doing from your 8th and 9th houses? Actually, they can make you revise your belief system, your education, your knowledge, and this can be good. They can cause you delay and make you rethink, revise education, knowledge, all this. This is not bad at all. Jupiter is creating harmonious trine to the ascendant. All this I see as something very good. Just be cautious when it comes to financial activities, making financial decisions, because you have Mars on your 2nd house, who receives opposition from the retrograde Saturn from your 8th. So any financial decisions of you and your partner, there you may need to watch out. You need to be careful. This is just the area of concern. Now, we're looking at people who have sidereal ascendant Cancer or moon in Cancer, or this will be tropical modern Leo. Now, for you, this month is not very harmonious because Mars is coming on your ascendant. His position on your ascendant is fallen. So stay away from disputes, conflicts. Make sure that you have harmonious atmosphere at home. With your desire and intention, you may be able to maintain harmony at home, because Mars easily can bring disharmony at your home, also in your soul. He can make you nervous, worried. He can cause you restless mind, worries all the time. Don't allow this, because like we said in the beginning, with knowledge, you can avoid most of the predicted, life situations. Venus is entering for you your 2nd house, and she's supporting from there your health, gives you a blessing, and makes you very strong when it comes to disputes with enemies or winning over enemies. This is supportive for your work and career, because Jupiter and Venus create something like, they create very good, let's say, figure of the sacred geometry, if you want, in your horoscope, which is supporting your career. But still, be diplomatic, be cautious. It is very important how you feel, and very intuitive to your partner, to partners in general too, and home, even diplomatic career-wise, because of this T-square, which will be formed later. The eclipses are not afflicting any angular position. Of course, the situation can look otherwise if they influence moon and sun in your horoscope, but this I cannot know, of course. Now we're looking at people who have sidereal ascendant Leo or moon in Leo, or this will be tropical Virgo. Now what is happening for you is that Venus, who was on your 10th house, now is entering the 11th. From there, she's aspecting very harmoniously your ascendant. She can support your finances, your social circle. This is quite good. If you have the midheaven lower meridian passing through your 10th house, it means you may be afflicted by the eclipses, and you may be cautious at work. You may experience some disharmonies and slow down at work. There you may need to be just patient, very intuitive, and just patient and diplomatic, because there you may experience a temporary blockage. On the other hand, your private life, your partnerships, your romantic life are supported beautifully by Jupiter in your 7th house. So his beautiful helping hand. And then you may experience some slowdowns, delays, with Saturn in your routine place, in your work environment. You may see that things which are routine, which require administrative help, or institutions, visiting institutions, you may see that you may experience delays there. This is one thing. Then also be responsible for your health. But other than that, you really have very much supportive Jupiter, Venus, which create very harmonious aspect in your horoscope. And now we're looking at people who have sidereal ascendant Virgo or moon in Virgo. Or if you're following the modern tropical astrology, this will be Libra ascendant or moon in Libra. Now for you, Actually, um, Venus enters with Mercury very harmoniously, your 10th house. This is very nice. This is giving you inspiration to study, to know, can be very positive for your career development. However, keep in mind also to be patient, because the most important planets, which are the time ruler, Saturn is turning retrograde, is already retrograde. Jupiter is turning retrograde, but Jupiter is in your 6th house, from where he supports your routine, everyday work environment. He also supports your health. So your career is very much supported for good. Now, the, the Mars and Saturn create, of course, opposition. So when you make financial decisions, be a little bit careful, apply your intuition and knowledge. And also, when you may have activated disharmonies in communication with children, also be be cautious a little bit with your children. These harmonies are possible there. So be diplomatic, loving, and patient with them. Other than that, career-wise, you have support. Health-wise, you have support. You even can have the muse to create something, to do something beautiful. This is for sure. And then we're looking at people who have Sidereal Ascendant Libra or Moon in Libra, or this will be tropical Scorpio or Scorpio Moon or Ascendant tropical Scorpio. For you, your Ascendant ruler Venus enters your 9th house. From there, she'll be watching for good your Ascendant, to save you, to be a guardian. This is very important, especially while you have this very tense T-square, which will be formed by Mars on your 10th house and Saturn on your 4th. So you really need a guardian like Venus, and she will do this for you during the month of June. This will be very important and very good, and pretty much saving hand, very, very good. Because one benevolent planet as her watches towards the Ascendant, this is of a great help. Then Jupiter is in the 5th house, trining Venus. This is supporting your finances. This is supporting your communication with children, if you want, creative work, creative knowledge. This can support your desire to study, to know, to create beauty. This can give you muse even to create, to do talented work. That this is for sure. And yes, because still you have activated Saturn Mars opposition, be patient at home and very diplomatic and intuitive at work with superiors. All right. And now we look at people who have Sidereal Ascendant Scorpio or Moon in Scorpio. Or if you're following the modern tropical astrology, this will be Ascendant Sagittarius or Moon in Tropical Sagittarius. For you, now you also have these two eclipses influencing this axis of Scorpio Taurus. The eclipse of the 26th of May is influencing you. So is the eclipse of 10th of June. You may experience a little bit of melancholy, lack of energy. You may experience worries. You may experience some disharmonies at home or personally, because you'll be down. You can cause yourself health disharmonies. Don't allow that. Like we said, and I would like to repeat it because this is important. When you know about certain possible problem, with knowledge and with wisdom, you can avoid it. But it is important to know, and that is why you know that there is a possible disharmony. Well, don't allow it, because you can be very intuitive and loving at home with your partner, and all will be good. Then you have actually, well, yes, this particular T-square that we spoke about is activated on the axis of 9 houses of yours, which would simply say, be a bit cautious when you communicate with people abroad, or be a little bit cautious when you travel. I would say in June, avoid long distance travel. in order to be on the safe side. Other than that, Venus enters your 8th house. She is supporting the finances of your partner, or finances that you may receive via unexpected sources, inheritance, court cases, insurances, just unexpected, or money, the money of the partner, or money via partnership. So this is something which is benevolent. And Jupiter is a helping hand from your 4th house. With the trine of Venus, he's supporting your home, he's supporting your career. And also, so is the first appearance of Venus. In April, she appeared on your 6th house. She supports your home, your routine work, and she supports your health, your everyday routine environment. All right, now we look at people who have Sidereal Ascendant Sagittarius, or Moon in Sidereal Sagittarius, or those of you who follow the modern tropical astrology would have Ascendant Capricorn or Moon in Sidereal in tropical Capricorn. Now Sagittarius, luckily last year you had many eclipses taking place on your axis. Now you're free from such influences. You're lucky with that. Now for you, the Venus actually in the month of June will be on your 7th house. Very good. The whole month she'll be helping and she'll be saving, giving, she'll be blessing your marriage, your partnerships. She will give you just joy and blessing from your 7th house, because from there she directly influences the ascendant. So this is very, very helpful for you. You have activated axis of the 2nd and 8th houses in a T-square, which would say that you need to be very cautious when you make financial decisions, because this is this harmonious aspect. So during the whole month of June, be cautious financially, in particular. What decisions you make them based on your intuition, research, check, double check, triple check, because this is a little bit of a tense aspect. Be responsible with children. Make sure that you have very wise and harmonious relationship with them, because this also includes the 5th and 11th houses, which are for children, but also money-wise, be a little bit cautious. You do have the brilliant support of Jupiter in your 3rd house, where he supports your communication, relationships with brothers and sisters, knowledge, enlightenment, spiritual work. So this is very, very nice for you. Let's see now, people who have Sidereal Capricorn or Moon in Sidereal Capricorn, or if you're following the modern tropical astrology, this will be Ascendant Aquarius, tropical Aquarius, or Moon in tropical Aquarius. For you, Saturn is on your ascendant. He's retrograde. He's slowing down the time. Actually, in some cultures, I think the Vedic astrologers would say that the retrograde Saturn is something good, possibly so. But in June, Mars also enters Cancer, and there will be this harmonious opposition plus activation of Uranus. It's a T-square. In June, you need to be very patient, loving with your partner, and careful and diplomatic if you are in some sort of partnership in your business or work, because there you may experience disharmonies. If you, let's say, have some disputes or court cases, you may need to be very cautious, and even you may be any delay now could be very beneficial for you because of this particular not harmonious celestial situation. Money-wise, Jupiter is in your 2nd house, Venus is in the 6th. This is supporting your routine environment. Also, financially, you have support, but because of the activation of your ascendant descendant axis, I also say that you you may need to be cautious just with anything that you do. Just don't take risks, stay away from disputes, conflicts. In June, just be very patient. This will pass, especially when you have knowledge. I don't think that you're in any trouble, but still be cautious, be patient, apply your intuition when you need to have, let's say, negotiations. This is very important. Yes, just this is about the month of June. Then let's see people who have Sidereal Ascendant Aquarius or Moon in Sidereal Aquarius, or if you're following the modern tropical astrology, this will be Ascendant Pisces or Moon in Pisces. For you, Jupiter during the whole month of June will be on your ascendant, beautiful blessing. Venus will support your fifth house, trining Jupiter, very good for your communication with children, finances, your well-being. Just very good situation. Mars and Saturn will be on the axis of your 12 sixth houses. Be responsible for your health. Even though you have the support of Jupiter, still be responsible. Be cautious for hidden enemies and for disharmonious work environment. That is where you may need to be a little bit cautious. But other than that, financially, I think that you'll be well. And also the way you feel. Jupiter gives very good feeling when he's on people's ascendants. It's a true blessing. If it happens so that your 10th and 4th houses represent the axis of your midheaven and lower meridian, this would say that the eclipse can cause some career disharmony. So be a little bit diplomatic, intuitive, patient in the month of June. Just take this from very philosophical and spiritual perspective and wisdom, because you may need some patience. You have the support of Jupiter, so you will be well, despite of the eclipses and possible career delay or disharmony. And financially also, Venus from your fifth house is very good position and support. And now we look at people who have sidereal ascendant Pisces or sidereal moon in Pisces, or if you're following the modern tropical astrology, this will be tropical Aries or tropical moon in Aries. Now for you, your ascendant ruler is entering your fifth. Oh, no, your ascendant ruler Jupiter is in your 12th house. Well, this makes people very empathic, desiring to help others, to choose solitude, and to like to be on their own and meditate, contemplate, do their spiritual practices. This is one thing. Also, Saturn is retrograde on your 11th house. This can slow down all career matters, projects, and their results, like financial results. But like I'm telling you, Saturn doesn't seem to be that bad when retro, just that he slows down a little bit our lives. In the same moment, Venus enters your fourth house, from where she trines your ascendant ruler. This is very benevolent. This gives you support. It's just something like it's a blessing. And she, from your fourth house, supports your home and your career. She aspects your ascendant. She aspects your descendant, the house of your relationship. So this is very good. So actually, it seems that June will be for you very spiritual, very much about, well, more like opting for solitude. And otherwise, you have the beautiful support of Venus that is trining your ascendant. So I think that only be a little bit responsible for your children and the way you communicate with them, because still the axis of 5th and 11th houses is activated. And also be cautious when you make financial decisions, because the same axis is very important for our gains. Other than that, this can activate desire to research, to study creative knowledge, to do creative activities. So only for this you may need to be a little bit cautious. Other than that, you have also good aspects happening in the month of June for you. So this was briefly the overview of the 12th ascendants, Wada.
Thank you so much, Krasi. You're so good and fast. When I do my monthlies, it takes me 3 days, 4 hours per day.
Thank you, Wada. Yes, great.
June, scratch off June, or
we fall asleep and we wake up in July.
and since Saturn and Jupiter will be retrograde in the summer, well, take a break.
Yeah.
Go holiday if you can. So thank you so much, Krasi.
Thank you,
We'll
Wada.
see you
Thank you, everyone, for your attention.
better too. And if anyone wants to contact Krasi, I think she still has readings on promotion, personal readings. You can check the link below. I'll put it now. And I will see you again soon, Krasi.
See you, Wada. See you, everyone. Ciao.
Thank you for all the beautiful comments, for all the people